You have a deadline in 3 hours. You've known about it for 2 weeks. Instead, you just reorganized your entire desktop, watched a video about octopuses, and are now, somehow, reading about octopuses. Sound familiar? Here's the twist. You're not lazy. You're not broken. Procrastination isn't a productivity problem. It's an emotion regulation problem. And once you understand that, everything changes. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your brain does this and 3 science-backed ways to actually beat it, starting today. Let's kill the biggest myth first. Procrastination is not a time management issue. If it were, calendars and to-do apps would have solved it decades ago. They haven't. Procrastination rates have actually gone up since we all started carrying productivity apps in our pockets. Dr. Tim Seikel, one of the leading procrastination researchers, puts it simply. Procrastination is giving in to feel good. You're not avoiding the task, you're avoiding the negative emotion attached to the task. Boredom, anxiety, self-doubt, the fear of not being good enough at it, B-roll, brain graphic, limbic system highlighted. Here's what's happening in your head. Your limbic system, the emotional, impulsive part of your brain, is in a tug-of-war with your prefrontal cortex, the rational, planning part. When a task feels threatening in some way, even mildly, the limbic system wins. It says not now and hands you a dopamine hit instead. Social media, snacks, cleaning, anything that feels safer right now. The catch? Every time you give in, you don't just lose time. You teach your brain that avoidance works. You reinforce the loop. So if procrastination is emotional, not logical, then the fix can't be another app or planner. It has to target the emotion itself. That's what the rest of this video is about. Section 2. Procrastination almost always comes from one of 3 places. Once you know which one you're dealing with, the fix gets a lot easier. Trigger 1. The task feels too big. Your brain can't start something it can't picture finishing. Write the report is vague and overwhelming. Write the first paragraph is not. Trigger 2. The task feels threatening to your identity. This is the sneaky one. If failing at the task would mean something bad about you, maybe I'm not smart enough, maybe I'm not creative enough, your brain will protect your ego by never letting you finish. If you never finish, you can never truly fail. Trigger 3. The reward is too far away. Humans are wired for immediate payoff. A task that pays off in 6 weeks is competing against a phone that pays off in 6 seconds. Your brain picks the phone almost every time, not because you're weak, but because that's literally how dopamine works. On-screen graphic. Trigger 1/trigger 2/trigger 3. Quick icons. Quick gut check. Think of something you're avoiding right now. Which of these 3 is really going on? Drop it in the comments. I read them, and it helps other people recognize their own pattern too. Section 3. The fix. 3 tools. 4 o'clock to 6:45. Okay, diagnosis done. Let's fix it. Tool 1. The 2-minute rule. Don't commit to finishing the task. Commit to 2 minutes of it. Open the doc. Write 1 bad sentence. Put on your running shoes. This works because starting is the actual barrier. Momentum takes care of the rest almost automatically, thanks to something psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks stay active in your mind and pull you back to them. Tool 2. Shrink the task until the fear disappears. If the task threatens your identity, make the first version deliberately bad. Write the world's worst first draft. Give yourself permission to be mediocre. You can't protect your ego from a task you've already agreed might suck. This single mindset shift removes 80% of the emotional weight. Tool 3. Make the reward immediate. Pair the task with something your brain gets right now. A specific playlist you only listen to while doing that task. A timer with a small reward at the end, telling a friend you'll send them proof you started. This is called temptation bundling, and it works because it gives your dopamine system a reason to cooperate instead of fight you. You don't need all 3. Pick the one that matches your trigger from section 2 and use it today on the actual thing you're avoiding. Section 4. The one habit that makes this stick. 6:45 to 7:30. There's one more piece almost nobody talks about. Self-compassion. Research out of Carleton University found that students who forgave themselves for procrastinating on one exam procrastinated less on the next one. Guilt doesn't motivate you. It just adds another negative emotion to the pile you're already avoiding. Forgiving yourself removes a layer of dread, which makes starting easier next time. So when you slip, and you will, don't spiral. Just restart the 2-minute rule. That's the whole system. Der Outro, CTA, 7:30 to 8. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, it's a signal. Your brain trying to protect you from a feeling. Once you know that, you're not fighting yourself anymore. You're just managing an emotion, one small step at a time. If this helped, hit subscribe. I'm doing a full series on the psychology of motivation, and next week's video is about why willpower is the wrong thing to rely on entirely. Tell me in the comments, which trigger was it for you? I'll see you in the next one. End card, subscribe, plus next video thumbnail. Production notes. Pacing. Sections 1 to 3 are the meat. Keep B-roll fast cut and avoid dead air over 3 seconds. Hook retention tip. The cold open promises 3 ways. Make sure the on-screen chapter markers, 1/2/3, show up during section 3 so skimmers can jump straight there. Engagement prompts. 2 built-in comment hooks, section 2 and outro, to boost comments for the algorithm. Thumbnail/title ideas. Why you can't stop procrastinating, it's not what you think, or the real reason you procrastinate.